Well, I guess this video is for someone who's undertaken that first step of trying to heal, that first step of trying to be better. In ha iti sanbonani ninjani out there. Molweni guys, ninjani. How are you guys doing in these cold times? I am doing amazing. If you do not know me, my name is Sipo-Sam, popularly known as Ukuhle, and I welcome you to my channel. If you do like what you see, please do consider subscribing, liking the video. It does a lot for the channel. It helps us reach a much more broader audience, and we might potentially get new members to the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, Molocho, it's me in the flesh. We might be looking a little bit different, but it's definitely still me. I am trying out something new. I was forming something else earlier, but that is not why we're here. Why we are here today is this. Let's engage in the comment section about this book. I don't know whether this is a new segment that I'm going to be introducing into my channel, but I don't know. I just felt a really big need for me to film this. I was reading this book earlier today, and I'm only on chapter 1. I started reading this book last week, and Sana, I had to put it away because it was too much. I didn't mentally prepare myself when I started reading this. I just went in and was like, okay, let me see what it's about. Sana, also, I'm not sure whether it's because of my hormones, because it was before, like a couple of days before that time of the month. But still, the way that it just went and triggered like a lot of childhood scenarios that I hardly ever explicitly, remember. Like my brain, the way that it deals with trauma is that I just forget certain events, I'd remember vividly, or like remember a feeling, but not actual events. But Sana, when I was reading this book, it really it pierced its way to, the events and the trauma, Okay, before we go on any further, the name of the book is The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness, and Healing in a Toxic Culture. I did mention this in one of my vlogs. If you haven't already, you can check the vlog out. I did mention that I bought myself this book. It's by Gabo Mate with his son Daniel Mate, which he does explain that he assisted him here and there. The reason why I actually took this book is the author was being interviewed by, gosh, I can't believe that I'm doing this to this guy again. I will link his YouTube channel somewhere in the screen. So he was there, and it was actually Ujay Chetty. Yeah, no, it was Jay Chetty. I almost lied and said it's another YouTuber. He was being interviewed by Ujay Chetty, and I don't know, I just got intrigued by his way of thinking. And also the fact that he is a professional. He's practiced before, and he does have experience of the things that he's talked about. He's done research, he's been in the industry. He started off as a doctor, but I think it became more social, or he became more interested in the social or psychological aspect of, his job. So hence I was like, I have to get this baby. But I don't know, when I was hearing about this book, I didn't think that it will take the direction that it's taking, but I'm glad I did. As I mentioned, that this will be my sabbatical read, but okay guys, a warning, it's a very thick book, and I'm a very new reader, so this almost put me off. I don't want to lie, this put me off, but I'm happy I gave it a chance. It's big, but it's quite easy to read, and the writings, it's not too thin or too small, so you do get through it relatively quickly. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to challenge myself to read at least 10 pages a day. At least 10 pages a day. And today I actually timed myself. It took me 2 hours to read those 10 pages, and let me explain why. even though this book is easy to read, you do come across a lot of bombastic words, as the guy is well read, so obviously he must flex his muscles. And I'm a person, I can't go past Indo without me understanding what's being talked about. Obviously, I can't do that to each and every word that I come across, but I try as much as I can so that I get the context and I understand what's being said. So I have my phone next to me when I'm reading this book, because Sana, you must Google, and e-dictionary must be your best friends in terms of like words. If you're a person who is able to like read past a word and get the context and whatever is trying to be said without understanding the word, then good for you. You'll go through the book a lot quicker. But I personally have to, find the meaning of the words and stuff. And also, like, this book is so deep. It's so personal, but it's not personal. I feel like he was talking to me, but he wasn't talking to me. So in that sense, it will force you to like reflect. I've done this thing of also having my diary in hand, so that like I write whatever I remember, like I write down, and just how this book is relating to me. Why is it triggering me? Also, this is for someone, I guess this video is for someone who's undertaken that first step of trying to heal, that first step of trying to be better, you've gone to therapy or you want to go to therapy. I think this is also like a good book if you want to go to therapy, but you perhaps don't have the means to do so. This book actually, like, there's a lot of things that it touches, and I don't know with me if it's whether because I went to therapy, so the questions that were asked, they kind of relate to what's what he raises here. But anyways, I promised myself that this thingy won't be long, because as I said, I'm not even sure what this is, but it is what it is. So what I basically did or thought of doing is to highlight, the headings of each. No, what am I saying? To highlight each heading that's in chapter 1 that I've read, and the heading alone is like, excuse me, sir, that type of vibe. So I thought I'd do that, and then I would read like a passage that I highlighted from each of those those headings. But the purpose of this is not for me to reread the book or to give my own opinions, because I don't want to be personal, for once. I don't want to be personal for personal reasons, but I don't know, I just feel like this can help someone. I don't know, it is what it is. But okay, so I read through the first chapter. Well, it first has an introduction. Shem, he does his acknowledgements and all of that, and then there's the author's note, and then there's chapter 1. Ne? And then chapter 1, okay, for example, the heading of the introduction says, why normal is a myth? Which was my question. Why are you saying normal is a myth? Because I thought he was going to take another 10. Sidetrack from this. I've been very interested in like history of late, and history, like black history and all of that. And I've never always been a person who's interested in history and all of that. But I don't know, of late with TikTok, this girl Nkanyezi popped up on my timeline this other day, and I was so interested in the stuff that she was saying, because I don't know, for some reason I never had interest in history. I think it's because of the type of history that we were taught. I know it's quite ignorant of me, considering that I do like economics and finance and all of that, and that is based a lot on history. But yeah, I guess sometimes you have to experience these things and come across these things for you to actually know. But anyways, I digress. So it was basically the interest of knowing history. I thought this thing of the myth god normal would expand more on history as we know it, and why what we normalize today is normal, but not necessarily normal to all of us, if that makes sense. So I gained interest with the book thinking it will take that route. Kanti no son, ndize kwenye therapy. But I'm really happy I did, because I'm currently not going to therapy. I stopped taking them because I felt like I needed, a break. I needed a break to like internalize everything, try and maneuver things my way, obviously with the exercises that I did with my therapist. And then after that, I'd go back once I've taken things in, because I felt like everything was just thrown at me, and I was just in this wind world where I was trying to swim, but I was drowning. But anyways, so the first chapter